everywhere. Whoa! Whoa, awesome!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Meet Goldie.
I'm Goldie. I may not have a snappy catchphrase, but I do like to have fun.
You know how long it's going to take to rebuild this?
She's kind of a big deal.
Don't worry, everyone. We have enough canoes for all of us.
Sorry.
It's okay. The best version of you is just you.
This February, get ready for an adventure.
What are you thinking, Goldie?
I think it's time for an elaborate rescue plan.
Yeah!
That's as one of a kind as you are.
Yes!
Goldie.
Wow! This is way more fun than hide and seek.
Hello, everyone. My name is Heather Hurt with the NRW, where nerds rule the world, and I'm here with Emily Brundige, who is the creator and executive producer of the upcoming Apple TV Plus show, Goldie. How are you today, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you doing, Heather?
Good. Sorry for the 25-minute introduction there.
It wasn't long at all.
So Goldie is on its way as of this recording. We have about a week and a half until it comes out. How are you feeling?
It's really surreal for me. It's very exciting, but at the same time, it's almost like I can't imagine it until it happens. So yeah, it's just been such a long time. It's been since I think 2021 was when I started development on the show. So it's been a very hard secret to keep for all this time. So I'm really glad I finally get to share it.
Awesome. Well, it's an absolutely heartwarming and adorable show. Let's talk about those early days of the series. How did a show about a giant girl named Goldie and her normal sized friends come into be?
Well, originally the idea for the series started with the idea for the short, which I released in 2019 of the same name. And I just felt at the time like I wanted to create a girl character who took up space, lots of space. So I thought a giant girl would be perfect for that. And I just felt like just even by creating this character, felt very empowering to me. And like she's such a giant presence that she's kind of undeniable. And then I also really love the idea of, in the series too, these kids who are all very different from each other, and most obvious with Goldie, who's a giant and she was raised by a tiny bird. And her best friend is a tiny girl. So I think that I wanted to have a show that celebrated all types of sizes and people.
Absolutely, and you do have it from the gigantic Goldie to the tiny teeny, who is clear. She steals everything. I'm just going to say it.
Her actress is amazing. Yeah.
When you were first imagining Goldie, way back for the short or for the show itself, who was she in your mind? Who did you connect her to?
Well, I wanted her to be kind of a little bit naive of a personality, like initially almost like she was born yesterday in some way. There are just a lot of things about the world she doesn't understand. And I think when we started working on the series, I had to figure out like how much she knew about the world. And, like I think in the series, she knows more things, but she still has this kind of naive quality to her, where she's constantly learning and making mistakes, but then learning from them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So one thing that really just brings back, this isn't really a story of an origin. Like we come in and Goldie is already kind of living her life. We get some images, we see her being dropped off by the stork and all those fun things. But why just jump right into her story instead of giving her a little bit of a breakdown at the beginning?
Yeah, I think I just wasn't. I think it was because I wasn't interested in kind of spending all that time seeing Goldie meet her friends and develop a close friendship. I just was more interested in jumping right into the dynamics of this town that has a giant living in it and how they all deal with her being there.
And they do it so naturally. It's very interesting. I don't know if I would be able to just deal with not deal. I don't know how I would just react to a giant living in my town. So one of the great things about this show is, like many kids shows, it does talk about morals. It does try to expand on those concepts. What was one of your favorite morals to write during the series?
I think it's a great question. I like to think about it for 1 second.
Sure. There were many great episodes.
Well, I think the reoccurring theme that Goldie's always worried that she's too much, too big. And I think she learns over and over again that there's no such thing, that she's just the size she should be, and that, each one of the characters is special for exactly who they are. It's this lesson of self-acceptance and self-love that I think plays again and again, shows up again and again.
Yes. And it's for all the characters. Teeny's episode was really, really, really sweet. As someone who is hardly 5'2" and just legally says that to get that extra quarter inch, I get it, Teeny.
I love that episode.
It's so cute. I would also go through a maze to find a cat. I'm also many cartoons nowadays, they kind of bridge the age barriers. You see adults watching Cartoon Network shows. You see kids kind of jumping into what would be considered older cartoons. Of course, parents do as you do. But what would you say the audience is for Goldie?
Well, I would like to say it's all ages, because I do honestly think that everyone can gain something from it. Sorry, my AirPods.
Oh, I lost you.
I think as far as kids go, it will probably play the strongest to 4 to 8-year-olds, I think. If I could guess, although you never know who it'll speak to. My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic spoke to grown men, so you never know. But that's who the intended audience is for, and their parents. As a parent myself, I have to watch so many shows and animated shows and movies with my daughter, who's 6, and I think you get a new appreciation as a parent for shows that you can tolerate. And, obviously Bluey is a really good one. Like I could watch Bluey as many times as she wanted to, but others not so much. And so I was also I hope I created a show that families can watch together and appreciate different things about it.
Absolutely. It's very cute. I can say as a grown adult, it was definitely spoke to me.
Oh,
sure.
Okay, sorry.
What's okay? I was just saying, as a grown adult, I can definitely say this show spoke to me. But can we talk about some influences on the art and the storyline a little bit? This will be my last big question to you, of course. What were some of your inspirations for this story? But I know that I'm kind of typecasting the show a little bit, but I definitely got a lot of Clifford vibes out of it.
Oh, yeah.
So what?
Yeah, I think Clifford, in like a very general sense, was kind of a jumping off point, not like the show itself or the stories, but kind of this idea as a premise, a giant girl and her friends, and finding all the fun in that as kind of a simple show premise. But a big influence for me is always Pippi Longstocking. I really loved those movies in the 70s, those 70s movies that I watched dubbed here in America. Kind of like her town, Goldie's town of Boysenberg is kind of based on that town, or any like quaint European town. And for the look of it, I worked closely both with the art director of the short and the series to create this really fresh kind of look. And I feel from the beginning with the short, my director, German Orozco, he created this really unique color palette too, that is really energizing, but in kind of a soft pastel area tones, and not in a annoying in your face way.
It's so soft. It's so sweet. I wish I had more time. I loved the show. It was absolutely great. For our audience out there, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Emily, for your time. Goldie does premiere on Apple TV Plus on February 14th, all 13 episodes. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Heather. It was nice to meet you.
You too. Thank you, guys.
Pleasure chatting with you. Love to all my nerds who rule the world.
Yeah. Nerds rule the world.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. Nerds rule the world. Thank you.
I love the nerds ruling the world, so more power to you.
Patrick, what up, man? And yes, they do. Nerds rule the world, kid.
Yes,
you know
sir.
Thank you.
Awesome. Kuya P, nerds rule the world. Hello.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Oh,
nerds rule the world.
I got.
It's in the title of your show, like nerds rule the world. Like, I want more black weirdos on screen, and I don't feel like we ever get to see that very much.
Thank you so much. Nerds do rule the world.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, nerds rule.
Love it. It's your boy Kuya P, nerds rule the world. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
They rule the world, all right.
Yes. Take care, Tony. Thank you, guys.